Hello everyone, Chris here. In this video, I'm about to show you every single setting that you need to change right now to improve your FPS, get better results, and rank up as a result. Let's get started. Let's start off with video settings, and for the display mode, highly advise you to go for full screen as you would have less input lag overall. Input lag means that there is a time between the action that you take physically and then this action mirrors in the game. So when you are pressing your mouse and then your character shoots, and the time between these two actions called input lag, right? So you want to have it as low as possible. For the resolution, I highly advise you to go for the highest refresh rate you can possibly get. If you are sitting at the 60 Hz monitor, there are guides that will allow you to overclock your monitor from 60 to 75, and it will drastically improve your performance. Your game is gonna feel smoother and you will hit more shots. There is a massive difference when you jump from 60 Hz to 144, and there is a minor one when you're jumping from 144 to 240. For the field of view, you want to have it as high as possible so you can see not only in front of you but on the sides. Aspect ratio should be 16:9, although this is all preference. Render scale is off, and for the render scale I highly advise you to go for 100, although I have seen some pro players are going for as low as 75, but I personally don't have any problems with FPS, so I'm setting this at 100. If you have experienced troubles with your FPS, you can set it to 90. Going for the frame rate, I am currently playing at 400. I know that my PC will be able to handle 500, but I don't like the spikes between like a team fight where my FPS drops. So I set it at 400 and I'm just being chilling. VSync is off, triple buffering is off, and for the reduced buffering, I see some players use it when it comes to streamers, simply because OBS tend to really like overload your computer for some reason, especially if you tab in and tab out all the time. You will see that your FPS drops quite significantly. So what you can do is you can go for reduce buffering off, on, off, and on. I have no idea what happens in the game, but your FPS will get back to normal. But if you are not using OBS, you are not streaming, you are not recording videos, turning it off is going to be your best choice, right? You can also set your frame rate to the amount of hertz on your monitor. So if you have 144, you can set it to 144. But I like it. I like it when it's like a lot higher than that. Going for the graphics quality, I set everything to low, and my shadows are medium, and my texture quality is high. You can also set texture filtering quality to 16x, as it will make your game a little bit more beautiful than it is right now. Other than that, this is just your preference and performance. Again, the more FPS you have, the less input lag is gonna be, so you will get better, smoother performance. For details, I have my FPS on and my ping on. Other than that, I don't need any of these settings. Going for the sound, this is very counterintuitive, but I have my in-game voice volume to about 40 to 35. I absolutely don't care about what the dudes are saying in their voice lines. I absolutely don't care what ultimate abilities they use, as I just hear it at 35. I don't understand why people have it at 100. It is very distracting. It is very disrupting, especially if your Doomfist is going for his famous voice line. I actually forgot what it is, but yeah, it is just, yeah, you set it at 35. Interesting setting is play sound when enemy eliminated. Basically, every single time you get kills or you are down a player on your team, you are gonna get notified with sound, but I don't use it as I can just see it on the tab. I make sure that I adjusted my eyes so they can like go in and out really fast to see whether someone is dead or not. So I can calculate value, I can calculate my next move and see whether we need to give space or push forward and press W. Voice chat. This is very interesting, as I highly advise you to turn this off. You absolutely don't need to hear anyone in this game. You trust me, you absolutely don't need to. The amount of times I heard some really useful information was 1 out of 10. So for 10 games, 9 out of 10 times, I would have crybabies whining. It is absurd how horrible Overwatch community is, and people are blaming, people are screaming in the microphone like monkeys. If there is an e-girl, everyone's trying to date her, and it turns into an e-date instead of going for the win. And I found it very difficult to focus on my own game. I found it very difficult to be an efficient player if you hear someone. Of course, if you feel lonely, if you feel like a random player that you have a voice chat with is going to fill you, he's gonna fill up this void, go for it. But I absolutely don't care about any of my teammates. I just turn it off, and it is amazing. It is amazing. I also have my text chat off, as there is literally nothing useful you can have. You have to understand that you have a very limited neuro resource. Your brain has a very limited amount of energy and stuff that you can focus on. So have that on, trust me. For the sensitivity, I play for 1600 DPI. If you are an 800 DPI user, I have about 5.4 sensitivity, right? This is very normal, as players would have around 5 to 7, right? 5 to 7 sensitivity. I advise you to go for lower sensitivity on hit scan characters and then higher sensitivity on tanks. For example, if you would look at my Reinhardt sensitivity, you will see that I have it on 4, as I need to swing my axe really fast to hit multiple targets. And then for the soldier, I have it at 2.7, right? So that's that. We press all heroes, and then going for the controller settings, you need to set everything off, as for some reason controller settings are affecting the way your PC input will be. I have no idea why, but your mouse will feel sluggish if you have this on, and it is, just turn it off. It pretty much, yeah, will make it better. For the crosshair, there is a little catch. I personally use 8, 5.5, and then 0.8 outline thickness. It honestly doesn't matter what kind of crosshair you're using. You just need to understand that the smaller the crosshair, the easier it's going to get when it comes to your readjusting, right? So if you are trying to track a person's head, it's going to be a lot easier, because you only need to focus on a small dot instead of a big crosshair that really blocks your vision. But when you don't have a goal of small readjustments and you can just shoot whatever and players will still die, you go for this big crosshair that will allow you to really see where you are aiming. And for the most part, I find it difficult to really see my dot when I'm shooting, so I'm kind of doing it like without thinking about it. But with the big crosshair, you have the option to to see the crosshair. This is very, very important, although you can absolutely use any type of crosshair. Let's see, for Mei, I have a dot. No, I don't. For who do I have dot? I don't know. Probably Anna, right? Yeah, so for characters like Anna, I have a dot, as I don't have the reason to get it to, like, yeah, something like that. Next up, we have allied health bars and friendly outlines. I've seen players go for contextual and always on, but yeah, it is going to affect your system performance. You're gonna see your teammates a little bit better behind the walls, but I feel like it's not worth it. For the settings like this, mine are very, very average, but there are a few things that I'd like to tell you. First of all, quick melee. I have it on mouse 5. Mouse 5 is the top button, right? So if you look at the side of your mouse, you have top button and bottom button. Mouse 5 is the top one. It will allow you to use your melee while you are performing some tricks. It is very nice when you have it on Tracer. It is very nice when you have it on Soldier and someone is very close, right? So use that, or maybe on Sombra. And then for the interface, there is pretty much nothing that I have personally changed. I don't feel like you need to do anything here. My push to talk is at mouse 4, but as I've said earlier, you absolutely don't need to talk with anyone in this game, especially if you are below Grandmaster level. Trust me, there is nothing valuable that you can hear outside of professional guides, outside of players' POVs. There is not a single player that will play this game who literally wants you to get better. He wants to flame you, or they want to flame you, they want to release their anger, they want to cry, they want to whine. There is no goal of making you a better player, so why would you even listen to them? So my push to talk is at mouse 4, but I can just unmute it, so I'm not speaking in the game. For the ping, which is also a very important thing that I forgot to mention, I use it on my V button. So every single time I die or every single time I see an opponent that's very low, I use my V button to ping him. It is very important. For the ping sensitivity, I have it at 90%. I find it a lot easier to pinpoint the target that I really want to ping instead of pinging some other dude that's staying in the line of sight of my ping sensitivity, right? You can set it up to like 85. Here is everything default, I think, and ping opacity is a little bit lower than 100% as I want to see what's behind the ping, right? Emotes does matter, sprays does matter, it does matter. Okay, so for gameplay, this is not important. This is not important as well. The only thing that you need to go for here is enable high precision mouse input, right? So you want to have it on, as it will make your mouse input a little bit better than it was before. For the HUD, I have everything off, but my waypoint opacity and respawn icon opacity are 22%, as again, they can be very frustrating and can block your sights. You don't want to have that. For social, my profile is private. I don't want anyone to see what I'm playing currently. I have no desire to show anyone what my rank is. I have no desire to show my hours, as I don't want to get judged. I don't care, but this is just the way it is. So I have it on private. In terms of everything else, I feel like it is pretty standard. You can tweak the friends and groups and custom game settings, but you don't need those settings if you don't have friends, right? For the text chat, I have it off as well. I don't wanna like talk with anyone, to be honest. Right. For accessibility, this is very important. Your camera shake has to be reduced and HUD shake has to be off. This is gonna drastically improve your gameplay, as it is gonna be one less thing that you will have to focus on, right? And then reduce menu movement is going to be on as well. I don't like subtitles. I don't understand why people use them, as it is going to be another distraction thing that's gonna get in the way of your winning or something. For color blindness, this is very interesting, as I use yellow color. I don't know, my every single time I use red, my monitor has very strange colors, and it's quite hard for me to see players as they blend in with everything. They just blend in with the background if I use red. So instead, I tried gold, I tried yellow. I feel like yellow just stand out a little bit more. I've seen some players go for friendly UI color aqua, as it looks really nice, but I'm just going for the friendly default here. Nothing changed, to be honest. The health colors are perfect. I feel like there is not a single thing that you can change in like health colors to make it better. I feel like they are perfect and text-to-speech is not important. So this is everything you need to know about Overwatch settings for 2023. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.